Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout. Thor is destroyed. That's the topic of this video. Before I jump into it, if you go on over, click subscribe, comment, like. I'd love to hear what you think about this article and what you think about the upcoming Thor film. Okay, so I'm over at Cosmic Book News. If you want to get no BS, awesome articles on movies, comics, TV, video games, news, reviews, I would definitely suggest heading on over there. I love reading their stuff. Okay, so Thor is a beloved character in the Marvel Universe, going all the way back to when it was in the characters in the comic books. And then magically they find a guy walking the earth, Chris Hemsworth. It's almost like they wished upon a star, they found a genie lamp, and wished that they could find somebody that was the physical embodiment of this character. And lo and behold, they find him. They find Chris Hemsworth. And what's so ironic about this is that Marvel is doing the exact same thing to Chris Hemsworth as Warner Brothers has done to Henry Cavill. Isn't that crazy? Here you got two different people. Literally, it's almost like they were born to play these characters. And what do these huge corporations do? They completely ruin, they don't utilize them how they could. I mean, they just waste, they take them for granted and they waste them. It's almost like these companies think that, these guys are never going to get older, they're always going to be there. But I mean, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, these guys might not be able to play these characters, or they might not want to play these characters. Then who's going to play them? I mean, they're going to have to just CGI the guy for the rest of his life. But anyway, Chris Hemsworth's Thor Quits being a superhero, yes, I read that right, in Love and Thunder. The Thunder God is a shadow of his former self, as detail after detail reveals Thor to be an emasculated wuss in the flick. And again, there is a pattern in Hollywood that happens, every decade there's like a big pattern until it gets so worn out and no longer profitable that they just can't repeat it, and then they got to go find something else. So right now, in movies across the board, strong male dominant characters, strong male dominant superheroes are never left alone to just be that. They always are allowed to be it for a little bit, then they're like emasculated, they're led around by other people, they're told what to do. They're never just left to fight a challenge that comes their way and to battle adversity. Instead, there's people around them that are incompetent telling them how they can be better, but the people around them are incapable of doing the thing the main character can do. It's almost backwards thinking, but that's what's going on here with this film. Now, I have no doubt this is going to look great. I mean, visually. I mean, look. I mean, they have endless resources to make every shot look amazing. But the storytelling is what is horrible now. I mean, it's unwatchable. It's stupid. You have to have an 80 IQ to think this is good stuff. It's learned that Chris Hemsworth's Thor apparently quits being a superhero in the upcoming Love and Thunder movie from Marvel Studios, of course. The trailer and the film's synopsis tease that Thor retires and is on a quest for inner peace. And now, an official description from the merchandise related to the film reveals details about Thor's relation to the Guardians of the Galaxy, where the Guardians have to convince Thor to return to battle, which of course means he quits. And it says, so what might go down is that Thor feels depressed while hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, which follows the fat Thor from Avengers Endgame. So Star-Lord and the company convince Thor to get back at it, which sees Thor getting into shape and drop the fat, but instead instead of calling down the lightning. So he gets back into shape, gets back into fighting weight, but instead of going to fight, he becomes, drumroll, a Zen guru hippie. That's what I noticed as well in the trailer. Look at this. He's all zenned out. He's like meditating. He's holding like some sort of, I don't know, meditation beads or something. It says the good news is that apparently when Christian Bale's, I think it's Gore, the god, Buther, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I don't know how to pronounce that. So right in the comment section if I'm doing it wrong. Shows up, that it forces Chris Hemsworth and Thor back into action. My sons and I watched Doctor Strange 2 today, where the Thor Love and Thunder trailer was shown. My 14-year-old hated it. I thought it came off too goofy, but I replied, I'm hoping they are balancing the goofy parts with the much more serious Gore the God Butcher parts. Cross your fingers. So, I don't know. I will say this. I like the poster. The poster of this film, and look, the poster is really important with the marketing of a film. And it's supposed to kind of give you an idea of the tone of the film and what it's about. I think the poster of this movie is phenomenal because it kind of, in some ways, is the Masters of the Universe, the He-Man movie that we wanted to get made or to get remade, but never happened. So it's almost like this is kind of what's going on. It's very awesomely 80s, very, He-Man-esque. Now, will the story have some laughs in it? Of course. There's kind of the obligatory little like jokes and stuff. They're in all these Marvel movies. They have that down to an exact science, so people will laugh. There will be a little bit of that in the movie. The question is there going to be a heavy-handed kind of woke ideology just like spearheaded through this story? And my guess is it's going to be almost impossible for it not to be, because the people that are high up at Disney and Marvel are all a part of that, wacky ideology, and think that every single story has to be kind of like a woke parable. And that's why a lot of these movies will make a ton of money the first week, because people love the characters. They even like a lot of the main actors, but they don't have a lasting presence like movies in the past did. There's an enormous drop-off because the hype and the emotion, it just dissipates and goes away. And what is left is people are to kind of wonder, okay, am I going to pay, $16? Do I want to spend my $16 on this? And people think, well, not really. I'll watch it for free streaming. And that's what's going on. Movies in the past that were really, really good, that had a great story and, average special effects, they had a long life in the theaters. I think one of the longest theatrical runs, and I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, is the movie E.T. A lot of the special effects still hold up, but what will always hold up in that movie is the acting, the character development. There's a lot of really emotional themes in it that pretty much everybody can relate to. It's not political in any way. It's just about people and family, and that's what a lot of people like. And I believe E.T., it did a theatrical run for a year, if not more, which is unthinkable today, but it did. So anyways, let me know what you think. Are you going to pay to see? Because that's what it all comes down to. Are you going to pay your hard-earned cash to see Thor, Love and Thunder? Or are you not going to see it? Or are you just going to wait till it's streaming for free on Disney+? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you want to get future rants, reviews, or original content, please subscribe. Later.